saxophone drifts through the midnight air, while a handwritten letter rests beside a cooling cup of coffee. I found your name upon a page, hidden between the lines of yesterday. The ink is faded with the years, but somehow still survives the tears. Outside the city softly sleeps, while old memories begin to speak. The cafe lights are growing dim, yet thoughts of you still linger in. I wrote 1,000 words that night, but never found the strength to say goodbye. The letter I never mailed to you still carries all the things I couldn't do. Every sentence holds a dream of what our lives might have been. The letter I never mailed away still waits beside my heart today. Though years have come and gone, its love still carries on. The coffee's cold, the moon hangs low, like an old friend I used to know. And every word I left behind returns to visit from time to time. The rain begins against the glass, like echoes drifting from the past. And every drop seems to remind how difficult it is to leave love behind. Some stories never truly end, they simply learn to live within. The letter I never mailed to you still carries all the things I couldn't do. Every sentence holds a dream of what our lives might have been. The letter I never mailed away still waits beside my heart today. Though years have come and gone, its love still carries on. Maybe somewhere beneath these stars you remember who we are. And maybe every midnight sky still keeps our memories alive. Though the years have changed the view, a part of me remains with you. The saxophone slowly fades, the coffee grows cold, and the letter remains folded beneath the moonlight. Every morning at 8:30, I'd see you standing by the gate, a coffee cup held in your hands, like part of some familiar plan. The city moved in waves around, cars and footsteps filled the town, but somehow everything grew still whenever you walked up the hill. Some people enter like a song, and suddenly the world belongs. Coffee across the street, and you smile looking back at me. 1,000 mornings came and went, yet every glance felt heaven sent. Coffee across the street, where our two worlds would gently meet, and every sunrise seemed to say, I hope you'll stop and stay. The seasons changed, the leaves would fall, yet I'd still wait and watch it all. The corner table by the glass became a place to let time pass. Sometimes we'd talk, sometimes we'd laugh, sometimes we'd simply share the quiet. And in those little moments there, I found a love beyond compare. The simplest things can leave a mark, like morning light upon the heart. Coffee across the street, and you smile looking back at me. 1,000 mornings came and went, yet every glance felt heaven sent. Coffee across the street, where our two worlds would gently meet, and every sunrise seemed to say, I hope you'll stop and stay. Maybe love begins this way, not with fireworks on display, but with a smile and a cup of coffee shared between two hearts softly. Across the street still feels like home to me. Though years may carry us apart, you'll always have a place inside my heart. Coffee across the street, where our story felt complete, and every sunrise from above reminds me of that love. Saxophone slowly fades, the cafe opens for another day, and the memory of your smile remains. Started like before, two coffee cups upon the table, a quiet corner by the door, where time always seemed more stable. The city rushed beyond the glass, while ours slowly slipped away. The songs were soft, the lights were low, and somehow both of us stayed. The clock kept moving on the wall, yet neither one of us noticed at all. The night we stayed until closing time, talking about dreams and life. The world outside disappeared as every word brought us near. The night we stayed until closing time, your hand almost touching mine, and every second felt so right beneath those cafe lights. The waiter stacked the empty chairs. The room grew quiet one by one. Still we remained beside the window, like we weren't ready for the night to be done. You smiled beneath the golden glow, the kind I'll never quite forget. A simple moment in a small cafe that became my favorite memory yet. Some nights become a part of you long after they are through. The night we stayed until closing time, talking about dreams and life. The world outside disappeared as every word brought us near. Oh, the night we stayed until closing time, your hand almost touching mine, and every second felt so right beneath those cafe lights. Maybe love begins this way, not in grand and perfect scenes, but in ordinary moments that become extraordinary memories. The night we stayed until closing time still lives inside my mind. Though years may pass us by, the memory will never say goodbye. Oh, the night we stayed until closing time was where your heart met mine, and every midnight coffee dream returns to that evening. grass. The chairs are old, the paint is worn, yet every visit feels reborn. The city hums beyond the rain, while coffee warms away the cold. And every evening finds me here, holding stories never told. Some places become more than they appear, because of who once sat there. A table reserved for two, where every dream began with you. 2 cups of coffee side by side, and nowhere else we'd rather hide. A table reserved for two, beneath the sky of midnight blue. And every light that softly shines still brings your smile to mine. The waiter knows me by my name, yet nothing here feels quite the same. The empty chair across from mine still waits as if you've lost track of time. The music plays our favorite tune, and moonlight dances on the floor. For just a moment I can see you walking through that cafe door. Some hearts leave traces everywhere, long after they are no longer there. A table reserved for two, where every dream began with you. 2 cups of coffee side by side, and nowhere else we'd rather hide. A table reserved for two, beneath the sky of midnight blue. And every light that softly shines still brings your smile to mine. Maybe one day fate will lead your footsteps back to me, and this little table by the window will become our place again. A table reserved for two still keeps a place for me and you. Those seasons come and seasons go, some kinds of love continue to grow. A table reserved for two, where every memory feels new, and every coffee shared before still lingers evermore. traffic lights were turning gold. The evening air was growing cold. The crowded streets began to fade as shadows quietly filled the lane. The coffee shop was almost closed. The last few dreamers lingered on, and there you sat beside the glass like the final star before the dawn. The world was slowing heartbeat by heartbeat, and somehow you were all I could see. When the city fell asleep and every light grew soft and weak, you were the only thing that shined like moonlight resting in my mind. When the city fell asleep and silence drifted through the streets, the night became a beautiful song the moment you came along. The waiter wiped the empty bar. A train rolled by from somewhere far. The clock kept moving on the wall, yet time felt frozen through it all. You smiled and brushed your hair aside, a simple gesture, small and sweet. But in that little moment there, my restless heart forgot to beat. Some memories arrive so quietly, yet stay forever faithfully. When the city fell asleep and every light grew soft and weak, you were the only thing that shined like moonlight resting in my mind. When the city fell asleep and silence drifted through the streets, the night became a beautiful song the moment you came along. Maybe love isn't loud at all. Maybe it whispers through the dark, like distant music through the night, finding its way into the secrets we could keep, and every dream that filled the sky still carries your name tonight. When the city fell asleep, a memory was born to keep, and though the years may drift away, that night will always stay. quietly above, casting silver on the streets below. The city whispers in its sleep, while lonely hearts refuse to let go. I sit beside our favorite place, the corner table by the light, and every shadow in this room makes me wish you were here tonight. Some memories arrive like a song, playing softly all night long. If you were here tonight, the stars would shine a little brighter, the coffee would taste a little sweeter, and this world would feel lighter. If you were here tonight, I'd tell you everything I've never said, every dream I've carried through, every thought inside my head. Rain begins against the glass, like fingers tapping on the past. Every drop recalls a moment I never thought would fade so fast. The jukebox plays our favorite tune, the one we sang beneath the moon, and for a second I can almost see you smiling right across from me. Some hearts may wander far away, yet never truly leave. If you were here tonight, the stars would shine a little brighter, the coffee taste a little sweeter, and this world would feel lighter. If you were here tonight, I'd tell you everything I've never said, every dream I've carried through, every thought inside my head. Maybe somewhere you're thinking of me too. Maybe every midnight breeze still carries my love to you. If you were here tonight, I'd hold this moment forever, and every second passing by would feel like we're together. If you were here tonight, the darkness wouldn't seem so far, because even from 1,000 miles away, you're still my brightest star. begins to glow. Across the table where we used to go, the same old chair, the same old view, yet everything reminds me of you. The barista smiles and says hello, like every day from long ago. And with the first sip that I take, 1,000 memories awake. Funny how a simple taste can bring the past into this place. Another cup, another memory, another page from our story. Every sip takes me back in time to when your hand was close to mine. Another cup, another memory, floating through this melody. And though the years have drifted by, your laughter still survives. The rain once danced upon the glass while we watched the evening pass, talking about the lives we live and all the love we'd have to give. The coffee grew cold in our hands, but neither of us seemed to care, because every moment felt complete whenever you were sitting there. Some memories never disappear, they simply wait from year to year. Another cup, another memory, another page from our story. Every sip takes me back in time to when your hand was close to mine. Another cup, another memory, floating through this melody. And though the years have drifted by, your laughter still survives. Maybe somewhere you're drinking coffee too, thinking about those mornings we once knew. Maybe every sunrise still reminds both of us of simpler times. Another cup, another memory, still living deep inside of me. Those seasons change and roads divide. Those moments never say goodbye. Another cup, another memory, a love preserved so beautifully. And every coffee that I pour brings me back once more. picture in a drawer, hidden beneath forgotten years. A simple moment frozen there, yet somehow still feels so near. Your eyes still hold that summer light, your smile still warms the room. Though time has carried us apart, the memory continues to bloom. Funny how a photograph can stay long after everything has changed. Your photograph still smiles across the distance and the miles, like a little piece of yesterday that never faded away. Your photograph still smiles through every season, every trial. And when the lonely nights appear, it feels like you're still here. Coffee cools beside my hand as moonlight paints the wooden floor. I trace the edges of the frame and remember what we were before. The songs we love still softly play like echoes from another time, and every note seems to remind how your heart once danced with mine. Some memories never ask to leave, they simply stay and breathe. Your photograph still smiles across the distance and the miles, like a little piece of yesterday that never faded away. Your photograph still smiles through every season, every trial. And when the lonely nights appear, it feels like you're still here. Maybe somewhere beneath these stars, you've kept a memory too. Smiles beside you. Roads, love still walks beside. Your photograph still smiles and gently heals the passing years, a silent friend that stays with me whenever you are missed. first light paints the city gold. A brand new story starts to unfold. The night has slowly drifted away, and hope arrives with a break of day. The same old cafe opens its doors, but somehow it feels different now. The weight of yesterday feels lighter, and peace is finding me somehow. Every sunrise brings a chance to turn the page and take a step. Coffee and new beginnings, a heart that's finally healing. The morning breeze is whispering that brighter days are waiting. Coffee and new beginnings, new dreams are slowly blooming, and every golden ray of light feels like a second chance tonight. The chair no longer hurts, the memories still remain, but now they shine like guiding stars instead of echoes filled with pain. The songs we shared still live inside, but now they help me carry on, like old friends walking by my side as I greet another dawn. Some endings lead us somewhere new, even when we can't yet see the view. Coffee and new beginnings, a heart that's finally healing. The morning breeze is whispering that brighter days are waiting. Coffee and new beginnings, new dreams are slowly blooming, and every golden ray of light feels like a second chance tonight. Life keeps moving like the tide, taking us where we belong, and every chapter left behind becomes a reason to stay strong. A brand new song is singing, and as the morning fills the room, my heart begins to bloom. night is dressed in silver light. The moon is watching from above. The city fades into the dark, leaving only thoughts of love. 1,000 memories fill the air, like constellations shining bright. Every moment that we shared still glows within the night. Though distance stands between our hearts, the stars still connect the dark. Until we meet beneath the stars, I'll carry your light wherever you are. Through every road and every dream, you're closer than you seem. Until we meet beneath the stars, beyond the miles, beyond the scars, this love will patiently remain until we meet again. The coffee's warm within my hands as midnight softly settles down. The same old cafe by the street still feels like sacred ground. The songs we love still gently play, their melodies refuse to fade. And every note reminds my soul of promises we made. Some goodbyes are not the end, they're simply pauses in the wind. Until we meet beneath the stars, I'll carry your light wherever you are. Through every road and every dream, you're closer than you seem. Oh, until we meet beneath the stars, beyond the miles, beyond the scars, this love will patiently remain until we meet again. And when another dawn arrives, I'll smile toward the sky, knowing somewhere underneath these stars, your heart and mine still shine. In our hearts, we'll never fall apart until we meet beneath the stars, where every wish and every hour I'll keep believing from afar until we meet beneath the stars.